Hello, everybody, and welcome to our 6th episode of the RWBY podcast. I'm your host, Knight, and with me today, making his return to the podcast, I have Joe.
Dabs all around for my return!
Okay. Anyway, and today we're going to be talking about RWBY, Volume 6, Chapter 8, Dead End. And before Joe gives a summary, I just want to say, we wanted to record this last week. We had some problems, and we just felt like there wasn't much to talk about. But then, since there's no new episode this week, we decided let's make a video on this to keep this kind of relevant. So, that being said, Joe, summary.
Okay, so we start off where we left off last episode with Team RWBY / the others at the gates of the Argus base. And they're talking to these two guards who... they kind of remind us of Buckingham Palace kind of guards. Like, they just stand there, making sure everything is shipshape, and they're maintaining the order of everything. And they refuse to let Team RWBY through to talk to Ironwood. So Crow comes up saying, "Listen, if you don't believe we're here to talk to Ironwood, we have Weiss Schnee, who we're returning home." They check her to make sure that it's actually Weiss, and they end up going to get their support, their what was it, commanding officer?
Yeah, it was specialist operative.
Specialist operative, thank you. And originally going into this episode, I know we hyped up that it was going to be winter, and you know that hype kind of maintained until Maria revealed that it's not. Well, she didn't really reveal it, but she revealed it by not knowing she revealed it, basically. She revealed that the person...
She implied it.
She what?
She implied it.
I mean, not necessarily that she even implied it. Just, like, she said that she might know this person, and that she kind of knows him from the fact of going every 10 years to get her eyes fixed. I guess is the term, because of the fact... yeah, to get her eyes fixed. And she reveals that the person and her are enemies. And this person comes out, and her name is Caroline Cordovin, who's not very nice to Team RWBY, or any of them, for that matter. And she kind of reveals something that, in all honesty, I have felt toward Atlas for a long time. I honestly believe everyone there sucks. Jacques was not the best character in the world, neither was Whitley. Ironwood, it's all his fault, and I still want to punch him in the face for everything that happened in the Fall of Beacon. And yeah, basically she reveals everything that I have always believed, saying that everyone is against Atlas, and RWBY kind of tries to lighten the situation, saying, look, we personally don't believe Atlas caused this, we just want to talk to Ironwood. And of course she says, no. And from there, she says, like, we're more than happy to escort Miss Schnee back to her family, but we're not responsible for her friends. And she reveals that she has a, whatchamacallit, a word, Knight?
I don't think it's like a grudge, or just a distaste for the Faunus.
I was going to say grudge. I was going to say, she's one of those girls who discriminates against Faunus. That's the word. Discriminates. Thank you.
I think it's like typical Atlas. I think like mainly the rich of Atlas and Melty just discriminate against Faunus.
Yeah, but like, yeah. So after that, she literally slams the door on them, and at that point, Crow is like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to get a drink. Which, honestly,
like he does in almost every episode.
Exactly. Uncle Crow back at it again. In any case, so Nora says, okay, fine, we'll do it without you. And from that point, they say they're going to go make a plan with Oz, and then that's when, apparently, that's when RWBY reveals what happened with Jin and what they learned. And of course, as you would imagine, they didn't take it too well. They actually take it in the worst way possible, where we finally get the last scene from the intro.
Which is, John, pushing Oscar against the wall, trying to punch him, I guess.
Well, not even. Just, like, saying, like, he's just really mad at Ozpin, and he doesn't believe that they can trust Oscar anymore.
Yeah. Also kind of suspects that it could be just Ozpin in Oscar's head right now, telling everyone.
yeah, spying on him and stuff like that. So after that, everyone kind of goes their separate ways. RWBY tries contacting Crow a few times, and of course it doesn't work. At that point, she ends up talking with Maria, and she kind of reveals what she knows about Silver Eyes, and RWBY kind of talks about, like, the connection between, like, how she feels each time she uses her Silver Eyes, and just exactly, just every time she's used her Silver Eyes, how she feels. And they kind of start discussing about how they need to develop a mind state for RWBY to tap into whenever she wants to activate her eyes. And yeah, we kind of learned a little bit more about that, which is really interesting. Not a lot of new things to discuss about that. Kind of like there was nothing new to discuss that we didn't already know about the Silver Eyes. The episode with the apathy, we kind of...
Well, except that they only work on Grimm.
I mean, we kind of knew that already because of the fact, like, it worked on Cinder because of the fact she had a Grimm arm. It didn't work on anyone in Haven when she used it, so that made sense. It only worked on her. So, like, I don't know, like, that kind of to me was clear. I don't know if people would agree with that.
I think it was something that's implied but never stated. Anyway, it only works on Grimm, and then next.
Alright, and actually, just to take a little bit of a break, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but I definitely noticed this. Do you guys hear the music in the background while they were having this talk?
I think it was This Will Be the Day. It was some rendition of that, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a slow version of This Will Be the Day. I watched a lot of reactions to that episode in the meantime. I haven't heard a lot of people say that that was that song, so I'm thinking I might be wrong, and it might be other songs like Red Like Roses, Life is Strange, and other songs like that. But I don't know, I guess now, tonight and we heard This Will Be the Day, a slow version of that. So if you guys agree with that, let us know in the comments down below. And, alright, now back to what happens. After they have this talk, we kind of get a little bit of a talk on what Maria's semblance is, and in all honesty, rip every theory saying that her semblance had to do something with the dead. Her semblance is just simply really good reflexes, which is honestly interesting, but at the same time, eh. Like, anything you want to say about that night?
No, so yeah, I would say that's a pretty good summary, Joe. It's just you missed that at the end, Oscar goes missing. He just leaves.
I was just asking you for your thoughts on the semblance. I was getting to that.
Sorry, I thought you know the summary. No, yeah, that's it. I don't really count it. Sorry, that's my fault.
Listen, buddy. Listen.
I listened and I misunderstood. Yeah, I don't think that's... technically, the semblance is just having good reflexes.
Yeah, I was saying, I wish we could have gotten more for her semblance, but, you know, it's fine. It works. It's cool. It kind of explains how she ended up saving herself when she got her eyes chopped out. And yeah. And then as night spoiled from my plan, Ozpin, or Oskpin, as I'm calling him, Oskpin ends up running away. And that's where the episode ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks a lot.
Alright, yeah. So, I think the first thing I want to talk about is, just briefly, I think we talked about something in the past, like, maybe 3 episodes, but more about the Silver Eyes. So, I think, as I said before, I don't think it was really stated that it only works on Grimm. I think we stated it was just powerful, but we've only seen it work on Grimm, but now it's finally been stated that it only works on Grimm.
I mean, kind of Crow mentioned that in Volume 3.
Did he? I don't really remember.
Yeah, in Volume 3, he said the Silver-Eyed Warriors were supposed to be great weapons against the Grimm, saying about they could just look a Grimm down and kill him instantly.
Well, it didn't say that it only works on Grimm. It said that, they're used against the Grimm, but it doesn't say it can't be used against people.
True. I guess you got me on that one.
I don't think we talked about the Silver Eyes so much before. I don't think it's really anything new besides that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's basically just Atlas in general. Like, yeah, we were wrong. Winter, I think we said this in the last episode that Winter was going to be there. She was not.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Caroline Cordopin. Now, the reason why we're yelling that out is because that's literally how they announced her name. The two guards announced it as Caroline Cordopin.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's really stupid. I hate it for that matter.
But I think she's just going to be a pain. There's definitely, I think, going to be not a fall of Argus. I mean, down the line, they're going to have to be, because they did mention that Atlas has been pulling out of Argus because, as I think Gold Star mentioned before in the last video we did about them arriving at Atlas, they mentioned that Argus is a mix of Mistral and Atlas, where it's Mistral, but it's Atlas military protecting it. And the military has been leaving. And now if she's the only one in charge, I don't know how, and she thinks that everyone thinks Atlas is the enemy.
Which I agree with.
I don't know how good of a job she's going to do of protecting Argus.
Yeah, if that's her mindset, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Atlas soldiers are kind of like fucking palace guards, so they're just guards to, like, when they were marching, they went like hop, 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 hop with their arms. It was just, I don't trust them. I don't think they're gonna be
good protectors.
They definitely can easily get wiped out.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, granted, everything we've seen Team RWBY go up against, in the face of all of that, they'd probably get wiped out pretty easily.
Yeah. So anything else you want to say about, like, the Atlas military or anything at all?
I mean, besides in the fact that Argus is probably doomed when it's attacked by Cinder or something like that, in terms of, like, the episode itself, there's not really anything to talk about. In terms of, like, stuff kind of going on behind the scenes, that, in all honesty, I'm thinking the reason the episodes are kind of just, like, the way they are is to distract us from this. But it's something that, in all honesty, I'm still thinking about, in all honesty, and something I've just been stuck on since Volume 5 ended. Or now, since we saw Cinder and Neo team up. What happened with Raven?
I think because of the, what was it, maybe like post-credit scene of Raven, I think she went to Ties.
Possibly. Just, like, I want to see what happened with Raven, because, like, I still feel like Raven is still, like, I guess, like, Volume 5 was the most we've ever seen of Raven in ever. But, like, I really want to see more of her, and I think, like, she's still very important. Especially, A, she's the Spring Maiden, and B, you know, the Jin is her relic, and I feel like she still has a lot of things to face, and if she heard this story, which she might have already known.
Yeah, I think she's not going to be in Volume 6, but probably in Volume 7, or later in Volume 7. I don't think she was so much in Volume 5 that she doesn't need to be in Volume 6.
At the very least, I just want to see what's going on with her and Ty. I don't care if, like, she actually is involved with what's happening. I just want to see what happened with that. But I guess, you know, Roosterteeth's going to hold on to that.
I think it's going to break up the flow of how they're doing it. So I think it'd be Volume 7 makes a much more logical sense.
I follow that now. I'm just honestly really hoping that, also because of that there's one particular Christmas present I hope they get in the next episode.
And what's that?
I'll give you, well, I mean, I thought the present hint was enough. He came in a package the first time we saw him.
Oh, Zwei.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get more Zwei. I love Zwei.
You just want to see Zwei, don't you?
I really want to see Zwei.
Watch it in RWBY Chibi, dude.
I want Zwei, alright? I want Zwei. Rooster Teeth, give us Zwei. We need more Zwei.
They gave us a lot of Zwei. Did you see what Zwei merch they have?
I want to see more, though, in the show. More Zwei. Bring more Zwei. Bring more Zwei.
Okay. Moving on from that, I want to talk about basically, why is Junior there? Why are John, Nora, and Ren there?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're there because they want to get revenge against Cinder and help Team RWBY defeat Salem. But now that they know that Salem can't be killed, why are they there? Like, what more could they add besides maybe firepower? Like, what more could they add? Why do they want to be there?
Well, in all honesty...
Like, Team RWBY sticking together because of Team RWBY. Why are they there?
Well, like, I honestly like to think that the only reason why they embarked on the journey in the first place with RWBY and back in Volume... Should we say at the end of Volume 3, or should we say just throughout Volume 4?
End of Volume 3.
Okay, so the whole reason why they started going on this journey since the end of Volume 3... is because of the fact that they kind of feel like an obligation toward this mission because of the fact that it's because of Cinder that they lost one of their teammates and a treasured teammate at that. So they're kind of carrying on because they want to avenge Pyrrha.
Yeah.
Yes.
But with the knowledge of Salem can't be killed.
Yeah, it's like they don't necessarily believe at this point that there is a way they can do it, but at the same time, they're carrying on because of the fact they believe they can avenge her. And honestly, I find that very touching. If that is the case. If that's not the case, then I have no idea why they're doing this. So yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like RWBY is like for Team RWBY. RWBY wants to do this to help like Crow, and then Yang, Weiss, and Blake are just following with her. They all don't really have like motive. Like it's like against Cinder and Salem, I guess. It's like basic motives, but don't really have any
like direct motives toward this.
Like I would say, Yang and Blake have more of a cause to go against the White Fang.
Yeah, because of Adam.
Than really Salem because of Adam.
Yeah. I'm hoping we see him in this as well. I'm really interested to see if the theories are true about him possibly becoming a Grimm because of the fact he's lost everything.
I don't think so. Maybe volume down, but I don't think. I just want to see something of Adam, of how he's getting to Argus or how tracking them down, if he is or not.
Well, I mean, if he is tracking them down, we already know how he's doing it.
Yeah, wait, through what?
Following the spiders.
The spiders.
Yep, following the spiders. That's how he's doing it.
I thought that was Hazel and Emerald and Mercury.
Well, I mean, nah, it's more her. Don't forget she said that Hazel came to her to figure that out.
And then Cinder, so maybe I guess Adam will too.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like, how she knows exactly what they're doing at this point is a bit confusing. Maybe it might be because Neo is one of those girls just creepily in the shadows watching them, which I don't want to think because I like Neo.
It could be, I think the spiders just found, like, oh, they're going on a train to Argus, and that's how they know they're just going to Argus.
No, but, like, at the same time... Yeah, but at the same time, they knew that they were in Mistral originally. They knew that.
Well, yeah, of course, because they're all in Mistral. Cinder's in Mistral, and Neo was in Mistral.
I know, but, like, Hazel originally asked for that, and we saw in Volume 4, if you guys remember, that scene where Oscar was going on the train.
They're all headed to Mistral for the fall of Haven.
Yeah, but, like... Don't forget, like...
I don't understand. I don't understand what you're saying.
It's like, basically because of the fact that Miss Malachite, mentioned that Hazel did ask where they were. Means that she knows their movement at all times, effectively. It's like, I get, like, they probably just, like, saw them on the train going to Argus or something like that, but seeing them in Haven, seeing them at Mistral, how would she have known that?
Because you're asking someone from Haven, hey, these people are in Haven. I think that's what it was.
Like, I feel like there's just more than that. That's the thing. You
feel like she has like a spying network or something that's going to be played into effect later? I don't think so at all.
Well, like, I'd say if they're like, I
think they had their use and not going to be mentioned ever again, really.
Well, alright, you know what? I'm actually fine accepting that. Let's see. Yeah.
So, any predictions for the future of the next episode? What's it? Episode 9 or the future of the volume? Any more predictions you have?
Well, what I'm just hoping is they don't do the cliche thing every anime does around Christmas and that kind of thing. Is that they just have an episode filled with nothing but flashbacks. I'm hoping that's not what this is, and I'm hoping that they.
Hopefully they don't.
Yeah, just like oh yeah, fun fact for you guys. Originally, Knight and I made this little deal where I got him to watch the first 2 series of Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is kind of like the cliche I'm referring to. In Yu-Gi-Oh! They often have that one episode where it's just nothing but flashbacks to stuff that happened. And I hate those episodes. I really do.
Yeah, me too. Nothing happens. I don't think RWBY's a series to have, since everyone knows basically what has happened. It doesn't need a flashback episode.
I know, but just at the same time, you don't need it in Yu-Gi-Oh! And they still do it. And also,
it'd be kind of weird because the animation style has changed drastically since Volume 1.
Yeah, but, like, they've leaned more toward the anime side of cartoon recently.
Yeah, but
Like,
the animation, like, I'm going from the Volume 1 to Volume 6 animation, the art style is a little different, so it'd be kind of weird to have, like, if they do a clip show. And I don't think this is one of those animes that would have a clip show.
True. And honestly, if they did end up doing that, it would be really interesting to see if we could get, like, a remastered version of, the Vital Festival in the new animation.
I don't think they would have, like, the time. I think they had to focus on Volume 6 and do remaster some other time. I really don't think they would do a clip. RWBY's not one of those series that seems like they would have it. Or it would just mess up the flow, I think, of the story.
You never know, man. I mean, a lot of good animes have done that. Well, like, debatably good animes have done that. And RWBY, if RWBY is leaning more toward the anime side, there's a chance they might do that too.
Alright. Any other predictions in terms of, like, plot and not just, like, plot, what's gonna happen, like, in the next episode?
I mean, like, just besides that prediction, I'm hoping that they do end up finding Oscar. I hope we kind of get Ozpin coming back finally, and maybe even some exposition as to what's going on with his cane. Like, what's the real purpose of it? I know it's supposed to be like the original cane that Ozma had, but changed. But like, what else is there to it though? Like, what other surprises does it have in store for us? I'd like to see what that's all about. Basically, I want the next episode to be all about Ozpin. That's what I want. I want the
You
next.
want to be all about Ozpin?
What?
You want to be all about Ozpin? Interesting.
Like,
I know for a fact, because of RWBY Rewind, that's already out by this recording date, that they showed a clip of Junior searching for Ozpin. I don't remember what else, but I know Saffron's there and they're just looking for Oscar.
Yeah, and they're in the cold, and then she says she's going back. I remember that.
Yeah, we saw that. That's already out by this time, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, a search for Oscar, probably going to find him instantly, and maybe they'll run into, like, Neo or Cinder or somebody.
If that's the case, I'm going to have a heart attack and probably die.
You have a heart attack?
Yeah, the show touches me very deeply. I remember bawling my eyes out for Volume 3, and also for the end of Volume 5, I remember I bawled my eyes out. Not getting into that. Alright.
Yeah, I think, as I said before, there's really not much to happen in this episode to talk about.
Yeah, so... should we just end it then?
I guess, I can't think of anything else to bring up at all.
Alright, well, I mean, I do have some stuff to bring up outside of this podcast, but,
yeah, I think this has really it for predictions. Nothing else. It's just, what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, it's just like a nice, calm, mellow episode preparing you for the drastic change later on.
Yeah. So this has been Knight and Joe, and this has been our 6th episode of Knowledge of RWBY. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can follow us on Twitter at Relic Knowledge.
Yep, and look out for more content from us coming in the future, such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos, and possibly a secret surprise.
A secret surprise, yeah.
Yes, secret surprise.
Thanks for watching, and bye.
Later, guys. Woo!